Hold on. Never let cola, but had to drink something. Wow, I look like crap. What's up, everybody? This is Hell Phoenix 24 from Xbox Live, Fire Smith on Facebook and YouTube. And as I said in my next video, I had to remember I watched my video diary so I could see what I was supposed to do for my next vid. I'm going to show you some of my Yu-Gi-Oh decks that I built. I still play the game. I love the game. I have a dislike towards the pendulums. I faced some. I mean, I've beaten them, but I don't know. It just feels weird. It feels different than the game, you know. But I said I was gonna finally show people how I built my decks. I built all my decks from scratch. I mean, I don't copy from people because it doesn't feel like it's my deck if I copy. You know, it's just weird. It's wrong. So let's get started. I have 10 decks out of 11 built, but we're gonna go with some of my favorites. Give me a second. Okay. The first two decks I will show you is my Crystal Beast deck and my Dark Crystal Beast deck. Now I've seen how people build their decks online. I've seen how people build their strategies. Don't get me wrong, they're good, but I'm what you call a true blue crystal builder. Okay, I use cards mostly just for the Crystal Beasts. I do have maybe one or two cards that are not Crystal Beasts, but they're essential for how I build my decks. Let's start with the original from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX series, the Crystal Beast deck. Alright. All my decks are 40 cards. 20 monsters, 10 spells, 10 traps. This is my build style because it's my balance. Okay, that's with any deck I built. One of the only cards in here, I might take it out, I've been experimenting with it for a little bit, is the Dragon Queen of Tragic Endings. This is a dragon type dark monster with 1900 attack, 2600 defense. This card cannot be normal summon or special summon. This card must be, wait, I messed up right there. This card cannot be normal summoned or set. This card can only be special summoned by controlling 3 or more face up continuous spell cards. When this card attacks, when this attacking card inflicts battle damage to your opponent selects and sends one card from their hand to the graveyard, and you draw one card. During your standby phase, if this card is in your graveyard and was sent there from the field, you can send one face of continuous spell cards you control to the graveyard and special summon this card from the graveyard. So basically, it's a quick way to keep a defender on the field because it has like 2600 defense points, and it says when this card inflicts battle damage, this does not mean oh, I'm pushing a defense mode and make you attack it. Oh, I dealt battle damage, so now I get its ability. No, this card has to be the card that's attacking, so it has to be in attack mode for that ability to go off. Here's what it looks like. Sorry, my laptop's clearer than my desktop, but yeah, I'm pretty sure you can get here. This is the Dragon Queen of Tragic Endings. It's one of the cards I get. I mean, I don't really summon it that much. It's either my throwaway card or when I really want to stall someone until I get what I need. Another card that is that's not part of the Crystal Beast, but it does come from the GX series, is one of the Lords. This is Haman, Lord of Striking Thunder. This beloved card is key for any real Crystal Beast deck. I mean, you don't have to use it. I mean, I've experimented with and without it. It can change the way the battle works quite well. See, this card, you cannot normal summon or set this card. This card can only be special summoned by controlling 3 continuous spell cards on your field. You give up those 3 spell cards, you can special summon this in attack or defense mode. Now, here is its kick-ass ability. First, if it attacks a monster and destroys that monster, regardless of position, it deals 1,000 points damage to your opponent. And if it's in defense mode, your opponent can't attack no cards on your field but that card. And his attack and defense is 4,000. He's a good way to stall the field or just royally mess up your opponent's strategy if you build it right. This is one of the only other cards in this deck that I can recall that is not a Crystal Beast based. But the base for these cards is obviously to have Rainbow Dragon. They are the key card for the deck. But it's how many of the Crystal Beasts you use. You have to have 7 Crystal Beasts for this to work properly because they have to have different names. But obviously one of the key selected cards is the Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus. This card, you'll need 3 in this deck. This is how I build my deck. I have 3 Pegasuses. I think I'm running 2 or 3 Topaz Tigers, whatnot. If I don't show all the cards, probably because I just want to hurry up and get through so I can tell you all the decks, but I'm going to try to be as detailed as I can. Another strategy with Crystal Beast that works perfect. I mean, it works if it's done right. This strategy can really mess up the battlefield. Okay, first, play any Crystal Beast you want in attack mode, right? Okay, have this trap card face down. Now, if y'all are really good Yu-Gi-Oh players and you know the original Yu-Gi-Oh series, you know what this card does. This is the Magical Hatch trap card. This allows you to select a monster or field that's being attacked. You can place it face down, grab 2 non-monster cards from the deck, place them on the field face down, and shuffle them up, and your opponent's got to guess. Now, at the end of the turn, the trap card's effect activates. The cards that were not the monster are destroyed and sent to the graveyard. Now, why would I put this in this deck? Very simple. Okay, this is with a really good combo card. Set of cards. Let's say I use Ruby Carbuncle as the monster that you're attacking, right? And I really want to mess with you and to get more Crystal Beasts out of the deck and onto the field. This strategy works. It's one of my favorite moves, okay? Another thing I use in this deck, as I've said, is with that combo, is I run 3 of these. This is the Crystal Release spell card. You can only equip it to a Crystal Beast monster. Okay? This increases their attack power by 800 points, but it also has another effect. You see, if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, let's see, sent or destroyed. Yet when this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can place 1 Crystal Beast monster from your deck in your spell trap card zone, face up as a continuous spell card. Now, I run 3 of these for power boost and to play off my combo, using the trap Magical Hats. There we go. Using the trap Magical Hats combined with, let's say, any Crystal Beast will work with this move, but we would use my Ruby Carbuncle, a personal favorite. Okay, then with this face down, this trap card activates. You can take 2 of these from your deck, place them on the field with your Ruby Carbuncle, and it doesn't matter if they destroy them or they let the effect wear off, they still get sent to the graveyard, which means their abilities activate, allowing you to summon 2 more Crystal Beasts to your field. This is a fast way to get the Crystal Beasts out to play Crystal Abundance. This card, let's say I have 4 Crystal Beasts in my spell and trap card zone. Your opponent's whooping your butt, right? You play Crystal Abundance, it sends all cards on the field to the graveyard. Does not destroy, it says send all cards on the field. And then for every card your opponent controlled, you bring back a monster. But up to 5, obviously. You can only control 5 monsters. It's one of my favorite strategies to do. But I try to keep at least 2 to 3 of every Crystal Beast in the deck. This is a must for a Crystal Beast deck. You have to have that. Like I said, I run 10 spells, 10 traps, 20 monsters. This is a balance for me. Will you stop that? He wants to get it on the video too. Let's say hi to Makana. Come here. Oh, look at that puppy. What? Sit. No. Good boy. Stay. It's time to duel! What's that? What? No, it's not time. You still have 2 hours. I've been keeping track. We ain't going outside just yet, bud. He likes to play on my heartstrings when it comes to going outside. When it gets warmer, though, believe me, him and me are going to be outside a lot. Okay, now, I told you mostly about my Crystal Beast deck. I didn't show you all the cards because let your imaginations wander. But I did say the only cards that were not Crystal Beast in the deck was 2 Rainbow Dragons, 1 Haman Lord of Striking Thunder, and a throwaway card if one is the... Are you sure? Is the Dragon Queen of Tragic Endings. Now, this next deck is called, my version of it is called Shadow Gems. This one is called Shining Gems. This one is Shadow Gems. Shadow Gems is a dark version of the Crystal Beast deck. I still use all the Crystal Beast cards because what makes them into dark monsters is a field spell different from the main field spell, which is called Ancient City Rainbow Ruins. That has 5 different abilities, and no one knows more about Crystal Beast but me. Well, I can't literally say that. There's probably people out there who know the same knowledge as me or more. But let's say I have 5 Crystal Beasts in my Spell Trap card zone. 1, you play MST. Can't touch my field spell. Can't be destroyed. Even if you play Heavy Storm, it's still protected by ability 1, so all it'll do is destroy everything else. But the 5 abilities all consist of different ones. But the main key for the deck is having 3. This, let's say, unless it's a counter trap card, counter trap cards are spell speed 3. These are the only trap cards in the game that can only be countered by another spell speed 3. In this case, another counter trap. But other than that, it has the spell speed 2, which is the second highest for anything other than a counter trap card. If I have it and I have 3 in my spell trap card zone and I have, let's say, 5 Crystal Beast monsters on the field, you can play a trap, I negate it. You activate another card of chain, I can negate it. You activate another card, I can negate it. As long as I have monsters on my field, I can negate those spells or traps that you play. This is a fact. This is called, if I remember correctly, this is a trigger effect. It allows me to activate, and since you can't negate the you can't, in a sense, you cannot negate the activation card. It's already active. I'm just triggering the ability because you triggered it. I'll do some research. I know they've been changing the rules a lot, so I don't know. I play a little old school. This deck, the main key for this deck, like I said, and the other one is Ancient City Rainbow Ruins. This one, you want at least 3 of these. This is called Advanced Dark. This turns every Crystal Beast on your field to a dark monster, if they're on the field or the graveyard. This also has another ability that works perfect with Rainbow Dragon or Rainbow Dark Dragon. While it is on the field, if it attacks a monster, let's see. All Crystal Beast monsters on the field and in the graveyard become dark. If Rainbow Dragon or Rainbow Dark Dragon attacks, negate the effects of the attack target during that battle phase. During damage calculation, if a Crystal Beast monster you control battles and you would take damage, you can send 1 Crystal Beast monster from your deck to the graveyard. You take no battle damage from that battle. Which means if you attack me 5 times, I have to send 5 Crystal Beasts from my deck to the graveyard to negate all that damage. But if I only negate certain, I can still take from other attacks, just not that one. Alright, some people have been trying to abuse that ability, I have noticed, and I've had to correct them. The key strategy for this deck is hit them hard, hit them fast. Do everything in your power to do this. I run 2 of the field spells because I only have 2. But I still use some of the other Crystal Beast cards like Crystal Regeki. This is a nice little trap card. It's a key for any Crystal Beast deck. Basically, you have a Crystal Beast in your spell and trap card zone. You have Crystal Regeki face down. Someone plays something that you know could mess you up. You activate that trap. You give up a Crystal Beast in your spell and trap card zone. Boom! Destroys that card. Or monster, or trap or spell. It does not matter. It destroys any card. Unless the card says it can't be destroyed by card effects. Yeah. But yeah, you want to use sometimes with the Crystal Beast deck, it depends on how other people build it. I've seen people, they don't even use all 7 Crystal Beasts. Kind of a disappointment, really. But with the Crystal Beast deck, if you want to get a full-fledged fast deck, okay, deal with cards like Rare Value. Okay, this handy little spell card, Let's say I have 2 Crystal Beasts in my Spell Trap card zone. I play this card. You get to choose which one of the 2 go to the grave. Doesn't really matter which one goes. I mean, you still get to draw 2 cards. But it's a very nice deck. I'm bored, so I play against my decks. I play my decks versus my decks to see how good I've built them, how long they can last against every other deck. This deck has matched my Crystal Beast deck every time. I build really good decks, but I've seen how some people build their Dark Crystal Beast deck. It doesn't even use all 7 Crystal Beasts. It's just that they use them to throw away the Crystal Beast to bring something that's not even related to them out. I mean, yeah, that's their play style. I have nothing against that, but if you're going to call it a Crystal Beast deck, make it a Crystal Beast deck. I mean, common sense here. But yes, as a backup precaution, I still use Haman in this deck as well. So I have Haman in both decks, because Haman can royally mess up the battlefield or be one heck of a defender. It's a really good strategy pull-off that I do. Another card you want to use for either Dark Crystal Beast or normal Crystal Beast is this, Rainbow Gravity. This handy little trap card works with the same ability as the Rainbow Dragon. If I have 7 different named Crystal Beasts on the field or in my graveyard, I can activate this trap and I'll instantly summon a Rainbow Dragon or Rainbow Dark Dragon from my deck. Let's see. From my deck or graveyard, ignoring the summoning condition. Now, I've had people try to prove me wrong in this. The ignore summoning condition prologue of that ability. For Rainbow Dragon, he can activate one of his abilities, but he cannot activate this ability the first turn he's summoned. Someone has told me that. I'm still trying to clarify. So, if it ignores the summoning condition, it means you can activate that ability right then and there. Why? Because he wasn't summoned that turn. Or, it ignores the summoning condition. Summoning condition has some rules you have to follow, but if it ignores the summoning condition, no problem. I've had people tell me that, like, Sapphire Pegasus, key monster for the deck. I've already showed you Sapphire Pegasus. This card clearly states when this card is normal summoned, flip summoned, or special summoned to the field, its ability automatically triggers. It is not an optional. It is an optional effect if you want, but it triggers. It allows me to take a Crystal Beast from my hand deck or graveyard and place it into my Spell and Trap card zone. Now, people say, "Oh no, I'll play Bottomless Trap Hole or Trap Hole. That way, it doesn't gain its ability." Wrong. It was still summoned. You did not negate the summoning of the card, so it still gains its ability. This is a proven fact. I had to fight a judge on this, and I'm a rank 1 judge. Yeah, that might not be impressive, but you know what? I know what I'm talking about with my cards. I play fair and square. I don't cheat. Sapphire Pegasus is a main card you want for this deck. Crystal Beast decks are very keen on one another. They basically they help one another. Without them, you don't have a Crystal Beast deck. You just have, well, put it simply, a fuck you deck. But these are my 2 Crystal Beast decks. I know I didn't show you every card, but like I said, why ruin all the fun? Go use your imagination, because I know everybody who watches my videos, you're going to look up the rules and you're going to look up how to build different decks. My decks are different from most online. These are probably about the same as online. I don't know. I haven't checked. I just watched on YouTube how people play with their decks. I don't get to see all the cards. I don't really pay attention. Hell, I don't even remember most of it. I just know I've done it. This is a creepy thing I'm about to do, right? I'm going to hold up these 2 boxes. And these 2 boxes contains, I think, 2 or 1 deck. Now, for all the viewers who are watching, I'm pretty sure you guys are going to pick this one. Why? Because this one contains 2 decks. Not all of you are going to pick the same box, that I know. I mean, I could be completely wrong. But in this box has 2 decks. One is more recent than all the cards I own. The other is one of my personal favorites. Also comes from the GX series. This personal deck of mine, I spent a while building. I spent a while trying to master these cards. And now I've mastered them, and there's only one other person out of all my friends who uses this card. And, believe it or not, it's the very first card on the bottom. The Mighty Yugioh. Now, for those of you who've played Yu-Gi-Oh! A while, you know all of Yugioh's abilities, triggers. You know he has an alternate form called Uh, crap. It takes Yubel and Neos to make this effect monster. It's a devastating monster. Can't remember the name. I have it in my book somewhere. I'll have to find it. But this is my Yubel deck. It's called Sacred Terror. Now, why would I call it that? Because the two key cards in this deck is two of my favorites. It is the second form of Yubel, and let's see. Yes, I use Kribo. Kribo! Come on, he's one of the best cards of the game. If you do it just right, he can annoy and piss off everybody. This deck is called Sacred Terror because I said the second form of Yubel, which is the Terror Incarnate, combined its abilities with the Sacred Phoenix Nethemetes, one of the oldest cards out there. One of the oldest, keyword. Combining these two strategies, you basically clear the field every time you end or begin your turn. Nightmare destroys all other monsters on the field on both sides other than himself. So he would destroy my Phoenix and every card unless your monsters can't be destroyed by card effects, right? Now, doing this triggers the effect of my Phoenix. See, during my standby phase, when it becomes my turn again, the Phoenix is resurrected back to the field. Doing this, it triggers yet another ability of the Phoenix. It wipes the field of all spells and traps. It's an endless cycle. Get it? Feels like there's a freaking hair in my mouth. It's not. But the way I have this deck built, I won't tell everything about this deck because I don't run it just on that strategy. That would be really ironic if I did that, considering this deck annoys every one of my friends. Because if you do not take this deck seriously, it will, well, there's no better word to say it, but it will fuck you over. Okay? The main key to the deck is my Sacred Terror strategy, but it doesn't run on just that strategy. I won't give away all my strategies. What fun would that be? Come on now. That wouldn't be fun at all. See, even he agrees, even though he wants to go outside, but it's not time. He's still got... Oh, yeah, last time I let you out. Okay, you still got 30 minutes, bud. Now, this deck does run on a few cards, which I finally found out I'm going to take it out of my deck because it has one major flaw. Now, if you all have seen the original Yu-Gi-Oh series, you know this card. It is from the Orichalcos series. Yes, I'm referring to the field spell Seal of Orichalcos. I'm going to be taking this card out of my deck because I learned something that, well, yeah, I'm glad no one ever else thought of that against me because I play it on my 3DS and someone returned it to my hand and I could no longer play it. I realized that you can only activate it once per duel, or once per, yeah, per duel. Hey, I did have a hair. Damn it. So, this is a card I'll be taking out of the deck. It's a great card. I have a few of these cards. I mean, I do like it, but it has a major flaw. I'll be fixing that. But some of the cards I use in this deck kind of surprises anybody. I won't tell you what they are because people like to, you know. Just know I don't care if I lose. I've beaten every deck you can imagine. I've beaten every deck that I've ever faced at least once, to proving they are not perfect, because there's no such thing as perfection. I am content. I am not happy with perfection. I'm just content the way my decks are. Now, this next deck is the newest deck. I think, hold on, I think this is the deck I was referring to. If it's not here, then I must have got mixed up with someone else. Let's see. Oh, okay, it is. This is the newest addition to my decks. Okay, I'm still learning how these cards work, but they are a little bit new. If you've seen the brand new Yu-Gi-Oh movie that has come out, you will learn that there is an 8th Millennium item. This is called the Millennium Cube. Now, the movie was good. I liked it. It fit so many things I had question for, it answered them all. Okay, this, yes, you guessed it, is the cubic deck. I have literally every cubic card. Okay, I'm still learning how this deck works. It's kind of got me a little off guard. It's new, so I don't know. But so far, okay, I have learned a lot of things about this deck. I haven't looked online because it's not one of my habits. But I was reading my cards, reading how they worked, and then I was remembering that I have a elemental hero deck. Well, let me rephrase that. I have an evil elemental hero deck. And it's called Heroes Corruption. It's, oh my god, this deck is mean. The way I have this deck built, it is so fast and so aggressive that you got to stop me from having cards on the field. One card will screw over your entire field. Because all I need is one card on the field. No matter what card I play. That's how aggressive that deck is. I did learn that a good card for this deck, okay? More than one, but I only have one right now, is the Elemental Hero Prisma. This monster card is key for fusion summoning, okay? You will definitely need that card. Because in this deck, I do also have the Nova, the Cubic Nova Lords. The Trinity. Yeah, the Dark Cubic Lord Trinity Nova. Crimson Nova. I only have 2 of these. I haven't got 3 of every card, but I do have 2 of every card when it comes to cubics. I've been playing with this deck. I've yet to look online. I've learned how these decks work against each other, but at the same time, they also hurt each other. It's hard to explain. Wait! I said 30 minutes, bud. You do not have to go right now. I know you don't. Okay, I have to finish my video. I make a promise. I gotta keep it. And I did promise you we would go outside and play today, but let me finish my video first. We had an agreement. I gave you 3 doggy treats today. No, don't argue with me. I gave you 3 doggy treats. Yeah, look away like you don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. Sorry about that. I argue with my dog. No! Okay. But as you can see, I've showed you 4 of my decks. Yes, he's growling at me. Now, I did say I have 10 or 11 decks built. Yeah, I have 10 decks built. The 11th is still just sleeves right now. I haven't figured out what I wanted to build yet. Oh wait, aren't you my, yes you are. Wrong box. Let's see. This is let's see, what are you? Oh, okay. Why are you upside down? I don't like my cards upside down. Now, before I tell you about this deck, I'll tell you what I used to have in this deck. I used to have a very abusive trap card known as Safe Zone. If you know this card, you know how abusive it can be and how ouch it can be to your opponent if you use it just right. I had 2 Safe Zones in this deck when I first built this deck, okay? Someone who was apparently a close friend to me and my friends, he stole it from me. I know he did. I just did not have the proof, but I knew he did because none of my friends steal from me. I didn't know him that well, so he wasn't really one of my friends. But my friends that I've known for years, they know I don't make up stories. I do not lie. Okay? This deck is awesome. I know it needs a few improvements of my own I gotta work on, but it is the mighty, the fearsome, the stealthy, and the annoying Ninja deck. One of my favorite number monsters is number 12, Crimson Shadow Armed Ninja. He is a favorite of mine because my nickname is Crimson Shadow. He is Crimson Shadow Armed Ninja. So, yeah. I won't tell you what I use in my main deck, but I'll give you an idea so you understand. Okay, I run 2 of my Crimson Shadows. I run 2 of my Blade Armed Ninjas. Oops. I run 2 of these guys. Now, I run this for shits and giggles. Okay. Number 17, Leviathan Dragon. And then the next 2 must-haves for this deck is the Evil Zors, Doka, and Lagia. I also call Lugia and Darkrai. I know, that's a horrible choice, but I like to be funny. These are the Exceed monsters I use in this deck, okay? I might end up adding more, I don't know. I'm still trying to develop my ninja deck to be really much better. One of the cards I use in this deck that has caught every person I have dueled with this deck, it's caught them off guard. They're like, what the fuck? Because they weren't expecting it. Is the mighty, the fearsome, the legend of all dragons. The Blue Eyes White Dragon. Every time I saw this card, they're like, what the fuck? Because they're expecting an effect monster with a really badass ability. See, I like to surprise my opponents. Alright? I use Blue Eyes in this deck because he fits. He feels like he needs to be in this ninja deck. No, you can wait a bit longer. Now, this deck is pretty good. And obviously for a ninja deck, you're going to need 3 of him. Hanzo, Ninja Grandmaster Hanzo. Or Hanzo, Ninja Grandmaster. Oi! Okay. The spell cards, it can differ. The spell and trap cards for a ninja deck, obviously you're going to need Super Transformation and maybe a Transformation card. Ninjutsu Art of Transformation and Super Ninjutsu Art of Transformation. Now, these are key for ninja decks because, well, hello, ninjas like to swap. But the rest of the spells and traps when it comes to ninja decks can waver. They can differ. They can change. It doesn't always have to be one kind. I've proven this point multiple times. That goes with any deck I build. I do it in ways that actually go, whoa, wasn't expecting you could use that card. I mean, my Sacred Terror combo on my Yubel deck, not many people knew about that. Literally. I was one of the first people who uses that combo. But yeah, my ninja deck, it's an aggressive. I'm still trying to increase its speed and luckiness of the draw ability of getting what I need right off the bat. But if I were to rate this deck, I'd say it's about a 65-70 accurate when it hits the field. You know. Oh wow, I've already been on the video so long. But yeah, those are the first 5 decks I was willing to show all of you. I still have 6 other decks I can show you, but my video, I don't want to get too long because then I can't post it on Facebook or YouTube. So I will end this video now so I can take him out a little early because you can tell he's whining, he's bugging me. But I love my dog, he's good. So this is Hell Phoenix 24. From Xbox Live, burning out.